Hi everyone. Through this video, I will give a brief introduction to machine learning. This is a very basic video in order to understand what is machine learning, why do we need machine learning, and different approaches that the machine use in order for learning purpose. So first, we shall start with an understanding the definition of machine learning. In a simpler words, machine learning can be defined as, or it is concerned with making the computers to learn from the data. A very simple analogy is in the previous days and even today, human beings are learning from the data. Here, data means it can be a textual data like textbooks, or it can be a numerical data, or it can be an video, or it can be an image. It can be an image. See, you may ask me, sir, why we need to make use of computers to learn from the data. So to answer this question, first we need to answer, or we need to understand one interesting thing is why we need to learn. I mean, human beings has to learn. And from where human beings are learning? From the data itself. The data can be a textbook, it can be a video, as I said, or a combinations of textual and numbers, pictures, etc. Right? And why humans has to learn is so that once the human learns, they can extract, or they will have a knowledge from the data that they have learned. And once they got a knowledge, that knowledge can be used in order to take a decision in real time, right? Or in real life. Similarly here, instead of making human beings to learn, we are making machine learning says make use of machines for learning purpose. Why nowadays we are making use of machines for learning purposes? The first one reason is nowadays the data is very huge. I mean, day by day data size is goes on increases, and they are in digital form. Right. The second reason is at the same time the technology used by the machines are very powerful, so that now we can make use of machines to process or to learn from a very huge data. And next, as the author says, machines will use different ways, it seems. Different ways, I mean different algorithms in order for learning, it seems. See, it is very similar to, like, as I said, it is very, machine learning is very similar to human learning. Like, human will use different approaches or different ways for learning. For example, so that in high level, I can say there are two categories of human learning. The first category says where human will learn with the help of a teacher. The second category says human will learn without a teacher. Similarly here, machines can be made to learn from the data with the help of teacher, which is called supervised, and without the help of a teacher, called unsupervised. And I will not touch upon another category or another approach that your machine will use for learning. We shall focus only on supervised and unsupervised learning. Supervised means making the machines to learn from the data with the help of a teacher, and unsupervised means learning, making a machines to learn from the data without a teacher or not a teacher. Okay, we'll give a simple example for supervised and unsupervised in few seconds. Now, an interesting thing is, as I said, machine learning means learning from the data. Now, we shall understand how the data format will be, or which kind of data that you need to feed to a machine learning algorithm. So, at a high level, there are two types of formats that you can able to make use of here. One is input-output formats, and the second one is only just inputs. Okay, in few seconds I will give you an example for input output and only for input case. Say input output based form of data will usually used by the supervised learning algorithm, and only input form of data will be used by unsupervised learning algorithm. Now we shall say take an example to understand what is supervised, what is unsupervised, what is input output pairs of data means, what is only just inputs means. See, now, this is a simple data set that I have created for better understanding. This data set speaks about the actor details, and there are totally 6 observations or 6 records of the actors, and there are totally 4 columns. These 4 columns are also called as an features. They are also called as an attributes. See, given the data set, whether you need to go for supervised or unsupervised, all it depends on which type of problem that you are trying to solve. Okay. For example, if the given problem is, let us assume this is the given data set, and the question that you are trying to solve, or the problem statement is, you need to predict the gender of an actor. gender of an actor given the actor details like this. For example, Rajkumar 75 hero, then you need to, if this is a given detail, then your machine has to predict whether the gender of that actor is male or female. So if this is the case, as the problem statement says, you need to predict the gender of the actor and look at the data set. The actor gender, there is a column called actor gender which gives details about the gender of an individual actor. In this case, this actor gender will act like an target variable or an output variable, whereas the rest of the attributes will act like an input variables. So this is called as an input output pair of data. So this kind of data usually will be fed to a supervised algorithm and supervised algorithm. This is an example for input output case, and as I said, remember, actor name, actor age, actor role are input variable in this case, whereas gender is an output variable. And what are these are nothing but observations. Okay, now we shall say take another interesting scenario. Let us consider this is the given data set, and the problem that you are trying to solve is you need to categorize, you need to create, or you need to create a groups. You need to create a groups, whether the group may be 2 groups or 3 groups. It depends on the data set and it depends on the problem statement. If this is the problem statement, and in this case, actor name, actor age, actor role all act like an inputs, and as I said, this is all in this case, even these are nothing but observations. And finally what you have to do is, in this case, this kind of data will be used for an unsupervised algorithm. And finally what unsupervised algorithm will do means it will create a group. Like this is group number 1, where all the observations in group number 1 corresponds to hero, and this is group number 2 where all the observations corresponds to heroine. If your aim is to group this given data based on the role, remember the number of groups and how you need to create a groups, all it depends on the given data, and it depends on the given problem. Now we shall see the general approach used by the supervised algorithm. Very simple. You need, first and foremost, you need to make sure that whether the data set given has input output pairs. As I said in the previous case, you need to make sure that whether given data set has input as well as output pair. Some author will call this output as a label also, as a label. Okay, then you need to make sure that whether the data set has multiple observations. Like this, the given data set should not have only one observation, it should have collections of observations like this. Then once you make sure this, then you can able to build an algorithm. What algorithm actually will do means it will recognize a pattern between, or relationship between, input and output, and finally you will test that relation by giving a new input. We call this as in validating the build model. So the general approach that the unsupervised algorithm is very similar to the approach that the supervised algorithm will use. The difference here it is, you need to make sure that the data set given has only input, no outputs, and you need to make sure that you have sufficient number of observations, and build algorithm, and algorithm will try to create a groups, then validate the build algorithm by giving a new input and see whether it will group or it will assign the group label for a new testing sample properly. So this is what I tried to convey through this video. We learned what is machine learning, and we understood that it is very similar to human learning. And we learned different ways that the machines we use for learning. One is supervised and the other one is unsupervised. And remember, in case of supervised, teacher will be there, means teacher in the sense means for every observation there will be an output value, or make it simple, the data set will be in the form of an input output pairs. Whereas in case of unsupervised learning, there will be no teacher means no output concept, all the attributes will act like an inputs. Okay, in the next video I will make use of an RStudio, and I will show you how to create a data set that we have taken here, and I will show you at a high level how we can able to get high level features of that data set. Thank you.